Imagine you're at a party. The music is playing, people are talking and laughing, and someone walks up to you and says, "Hey, I don't think we've met. I'm Alex." And you just freeze. Your mind goes completely blank.
Oh, that feeling is so uncomfortable. Everyone around you seems so relaxed and confident. They're laughing, they're chatting, they're having a great time. And you're just standing there holding your drink, hoping nobody talks to you.
Yes, exactly that. But here's the truth. Party conversations in English are actually not that hard. You just need a few simple phrases. And after today, you'll have them.
That's right. This is English conversation practice for beginners.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Easy English Podcast. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Mike. So great to have you here with us today.
This channel is all about helping you speak real, natural English, the kind you actually need in everyday life. Not textbook English, not perfect English, just real.
And today's topic is one of my personal favorites, because who doesn't love a good party?
Right? Okay, let's get into it.
So today, we're talking about English conversations at a party.
And I know what some of you are thinking. Sarah, I already feel nervous at parties in my own language. Now you want me to do it in English?
Fair point. But here's the thing. Parties are actually one of the best places to practice English because the conversations are short, light, fun.
Nobody at a party wants a deep, serious conversation. They want to laugh, they want to connect, they want to have a good time.
So the sentences are simple, the topics are easy, and people are usually in a good mood, which makes everything easier.
Today we're going to cover how to introduce yourself, how to start a conversation with someone you don't know, how to keep that conversation going, and how to politely end a conversation.
All the social skills you need in English. Let's go.
Okay, let's start at the very beginning. You're at a party and you see someone standing nearby. You don't know them. What do you do?
Most people do nothing. They look at their phone, they pretend to be busy.
Guilty. But the brave thing, the thing that actually leads to good conversations, is just saying hi.
Let's show them how. I'll be the stranger at the party.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, I don't think we've met. I'm Mike.
Oh, hi, I'm Sarah. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So, how do you know Tom? Is he a friend of yours?
Yeah, we went to school together. What about you?
We work together, actually. Same office.
Oh, wow, small world. Are you having a good time?
Yeah, it's a great party. The music is really good. Do you want to get a drink?
Sure, that sounds great.
Okay, so that was a very smooth, natural party introduction. Did you notice how easy it was?
Everything flowed. One question led to the next. Nobody said anything complicated, and by the end, they were already getting drinks together.
Let's look at the key phrases. First, I don't think we've met. This is a very natural, friendly way to introduce yourself to a stranger.
It's not aggressive, it's not awkward, it just opens the door politely.
You can also say, "Hi, I'm Mike. I don't think I know you." Or simply, "Hey, are you a friend of Tom's?"
Asking how someone knows the host is a great conversation starter at any party. It immediately gives you something to talk about.
How do you know plus the host name? Simple, easy, always works.
Let's talk about conversation starters, because starting is always the hardest part, right?
Always. Once you're talking, it gets easier, but that first sentence feels so big.
So, here are a few easy, natural ways to start a conversation at a party.
1. Comment on the party itself. This is a great party, isn't it? The music is so good. I love this place.
2. Ask about the host. How do you know Sarah? Are you a friend of the family? Did you come with someone?
3. Offer something. Can I get you a drink? Have you tried the food? It's really good. Do you want to sit down?
4. Give a compliment. I love your jacket. Your English is really good. Where are you from? You have a great laugh.
Any of these can start a real conversation. You just pick one, say it with a smile, and see what happens.
And remember, the other person is probably also a little nervous. You're not alone in that feeling.
Most people are relieved when someone talks to them first. It takes the pressure off.
So be the one who talks first. It feels scary for 1 second, and then it gets good.
Okay, so you've introduced yourself, you said hi. Now what? How do you keep the conversation going?
This is where a lot of people get stuck. The first exchange is okay, but then there's silence and they don't know what to say next.
So the secret is ask questions and react. Those two things keep any conversation alive.
Let's practice. I'll start. So, Mike, do you live around here?
Yeah, not far actually, about 10 minutes away. What about you?
I live a bit further, maybe 30 minutes. I took a taxi tonight.
Oh, nice. So do you come to parties like this often?
Ha, not really. I'm more of a stay-at-home person, but Tom is a good friend, so I came.
Same here. I'm not really a party person either. I prefer smaller gatherings.
Oh, me too. Like dinner with a few friends. That's more my style.
Exactly. Less noise, better conversations.
Yes, although this conversation is pretty good.
It really is. See? Parties aren't so bad.
Okay, did you notice how that conversation moved? We asked about location, then about going to parties, then we found something in common, both preferring smaller gatherings.
Finding something in common is the magic moment in any conversation. When that happens, everything relaxes.
And the way to find it is to keep asking simple questions, keep reacting, keep sharing a little about yourself.
What about you? That's a super useful phrase. After you answer a question, turn it back to the other person with, "What about you?" It keeps the conversation balanced. You're not just talking about yourself, you're showing interest.
Let's talk about reactions, because in English, how you respond to what someone says is really important.
In a lot of languages, you can just nod and say yes, but in English conversation, especially in social situations, people expect a little more reaction.
Not a lot, just small, natural reactions. Things like, oh, really? Shows you're surprised or interested.
Ah, that's so funny. Shows you find something amusing.
No way shows surprise or disbelief.
Same here, or me too. Shows you agree or share the same feeling.
Oh, I know what you mean. Shows you understand and relate.
That's so interesting. Shows genuine interest in what someone said.
These little reactions make you sound so much more natural. They show the other person that you're listening, that you care about what they're saying.
And they give you a little more time to think of your next sentence, which is always helpful.
Honestly, yes. Oh, really? Buys you 2 extra seconds. Use it wisely. Okay, one more situation. This one is so important and nobody talks about it enough.
What's that?
How to end a conversation politely. Because at a party, you might want to move around, talk to other people, get food, use the bathroom.
Haha, yes. Very real situations.
But you don't want to just walk away. That feels rude. So what do you say?
Let's show them. We're at the end of a conversation at a party.
So yeah, that's how I ended up in this city. It was all kind of accidental.
Ha, that's such a great story. I love that. Hey, it was so nice talking to you.
You too, really.
I'm gonna go find Tom and say hello, but let's talk more later.
Definitely. I'll be here all night.
Great. See you in a bit.
See you.
Okay, so how did I end that? Naturally and warmly. I said it was so nice talking to you. I gave a reason for leaving. I'm going to find Tom. And I left the door open. Let's talk more later.
That's the perfect formula for ending a party conversation. Warm, honest, open.
You can also say, I need to get a drink, but it was great meeting you. Or, I have to say hi to someone, but let's catch up later.
Catch up means to talk more and share news. Let's catch up later is very natural and friendly.
Nobody feels rejected. Nobody feels dismissed. The conversation ends on a good note.
And in English, ending well is just as important as starting well.
Okay, let's talk about a few tricky situations that can happen at parties and what to say.
Situation 1. You didn't catch someone's name. They said it, but you missed it.
This happens all the time. Parties are loud, people speak fast. You just smile and nod, but you have no idea what their name is.
So just say, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. Can you say it again? Simple and honest.
Or, sorry, it's a bit loud in here. What was your name again? You're blaming the noise, not yourself. Perfectly polite.
Situation 2. Someone asks you something and you don't understand.
At a party especially, the music and background noise make it hard to hear. So you can say, Sorry, can you say that again? Or, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What did you say?
Don't just nod and pretend you understood. It leads to very confusing conversations.
Ha, very true. Ask again. People don't mind, especially at a noisy party.
Situation 3. Someone asks you a question you don't know how to answer in English.
Like they ask something complicated and your vocabulary just isn't there yet.
It's okay to say, that's hard to explain. My English isn't perfect yet. People appreciate honesty, and most people will be patient with you.
You can also say, I know what I want to say, but I don't know the word in English. Ha, and laugh about it. Humor always helps.
It relaxes the other person, it relaxes you, and it keeps the conversation human and warm.
Okay, practice time. You know what to do. Say these sentences out loud. Use your real voice. Don't whisper. Actually say them.
The more you say English out loud, the more natural it becomes. Your mouth learns the shapes of the words. Your brain gets comfortable. So speak.
Ready? Here we go. Repeat after us.
I don't think we've met. I'm Sarah.
How do you know the host?
Are you having a good time?
Do you want to get a drink?
What about you?
No way. Me too.
I'm more of a stay-at-home person.
It was so nice talking to you.
Let's catch up later.
Sorry, I didn't catch your name. Can you say it again?
Amazing. 10 real party phrases right there. You have them now.
Use them. At the next party, at the next social event, anywhere you meet new people. These phrases work.
Before we go, a few final tips for feeling more confident in English-speaking social events.
Tip 1. Smile first. Before you even say a word, a smile opens the door. It tells people you're friendly and approachable.
Tip 2. Use the person's name. Once you learn someone's name, use it once or twice in the conversation. That's really interesting, Mike. It makes people feel seen and remembered.
Tip 3. It's okay to keep it light. You don't need deep or impressive conversations at a party. Simple is perfect. Are you having a good time is enough.
Tip 4. Don't stay on your phone. I know it feels safe, but put it away. Look up. Make eye contact. That's where the real connections happen.
And tip 5. Remember that everyone is a little nervous at social events, even people who look very confident. You're not alone in that feeling.
We're all just people trying to connect, and that's a beautiful thing.
Okay, here's our question for you today, and this is a fun one.
Tell us in the comments, how do you feel about going to parties? Do you love them or do you prefer staying home? Use English. You can say, I love parties because, or I prefer staying home because, or I'm nervous at parties but I'm going to try these phrases.
All answers are good answers. We want to hear from you.
And if you've ever had a funny or awkward social moment, tell us. We love those stories.
The comments section on this channel is always so warm and friendly, so come join the conversation.
Literally, that's what this channel is all about. And that's our episode for today. Easy English Podcast, Party Edition.
We covered meeting someone new, keeping a conversation going, ending a conversation politely, and handling those tricky social moments.
You have real phrases now, phrases that work in real life. All you have to do is use them.
And yes, it might feel a little scary at first. That's normal. That's part of learning. But the more you try, the easier it gets, I promise.
Every English speaker you admire, the fluent, confident ones, they all went through the same nervous beginner stage. They just kept going.
And so will you.
If this video helped you, please give it a like. It helps more people find us and start their English journey.
Subscribe if you haven't already. We show up every week with a new episode, and we really don't want you to miss it.
Until next time, take care, be brave, and keep talking.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.